posted this question. I need help. My 10-year-old won't wake up in the morning. She's making me late for work. She's making her sister late for school. And now her younger sister's like, I don't have to get up because I know I'm going to be late anyway. I've punished her. I've done all these things. I've whooped her. But she's still not waking up.
You know what the easy way of doing that is, right? Ankles. Grab them by the ankles.
So, as we're going through and like I'm reading the comments under this dilemma that this mother is having, it turns out the child, 1, doesn't have a regulated bedtime. 2, the child has a TV in her room and falls asleep to the TV. And 3, has had sleep issues her whole life. So this mother is punishing her child's sleep behavior for something that she's created. She's allowed the TV in the bedroom. You should never have a TV in your bedroom. Especially, you should never have a TV in a child's bedroom. It interrupts their sleep. It perform poorly in school. It messes with their metabolism and their weight. You should not have a TV in a child's bedroom, ever. Kids don't fall asleep to TV. And it's really bad for adults, too.
Yeah, but you can't really say that now because most people have iPhones and iPads and YouTube and Netflix.
Yeah, and when you were little, I'm like 7 and 9, and you had iPads and you guys were on them in the bed, you had to leave them outside of your room. You had to leave them in the living room before you went to bed.
Yeah, no, but if you don't think about that, if you're just saying you can't have a TV in your room.
Okay, no screen time to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's what it should be. Don't have TV.
Why not? Whatever happened to the whole reading thing?
Right? I still read 15 minutes at least before I go to sleep every night.
No, I ain't talking for crazy people like you. I'm talking about for the children's.
Reading like.
Aaron, do you know that one of the teachers told me this week.
Yeah, turn the page.
You can't just scroll.
Turn the page.
That's why I like iBooks, because you get to turn the page.
The only books.
You turn the page.
The only books I use are the sketchbooks.
No. You turned the page, man. We reread. Winnie the Pooh. We read stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
I know, but you said what happened to it.
What happened to it?
iPhones happened to it.
No. I'm not talking about.
Children.
No. I'm not talking about reading. I'm talking about reading before bed.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, man. Stay on top of the topic.
I had I had a teacher tell me this week that she's so tired at the end of the day, she only reads 1 page to her child at bedtime. 1 page.
Yeah, because that's effective.
Well, it depends on how many words on that page.
What?
How
Kinda
much
does.
you get out of
She's
a page?
6.
Well, hey, if it's Little Women, you got lots of words.
Yeah, but
If it's a
picture
Dr.
book.
If it's a Dr. Seuss book, well, guess what? Your 1 page is not very long.
1 page is an episode. See you next week.
I just
You
was
get to
like,
find out
what?
happens to Cat in the Hat.
So anyway, as we're going through, now people are starting to say to the mother, you should not be punishing your child because maybe she has a medical condition. Because could you imagine us punishing Keegan?
People have, especially undiagnosed narcolepsy.
Right.
Absolutely.
Generally, narcolepsy isn't diagnosed until the teenage years, like between 12 and 15, if it's going to be diagnosed as a child. Keegan started exhibiting symptoms at age 4, and she was diagnosed at age 7, and that's only because I push for her to have a sleep study done. But most parents don't.
Yeah, I counted
5 pushes.
But listen, they try to say that our child had all kinds of stuff she didn't have, and they never tested her for
pushing
it.
5 times apparently is how you get it.
I pushed for 3 years.
5 times.
Anyway, sir.
5 times over 3 years.
But many
Sorry.
parents don't. They think it as it's laziness or whatever. But this child is 10. Clearly there's a problem that can be changed, that can be resolved with a few changes in the structure. And if that doesn't work, then you go and seek medical help. So as I had said something about Keegan and her narcolepsy, someone else started asking me questions like, how do you get diagnosed? How long does it take? What do they do once you're diagnosed? And how do you really know? And because she had been saying that she wanted a sleep study, and so her doctor scheduled her for one. Man, the U.S. is fucked up with the healthcare, because this lady had to pay
Are you switching topics?
$900 to get her sleep study.
Or did I just
No.
have a stroke?
You had a stroke.
What?
I think I blacked out.
You
So-
just switched
I don't know what
topics.
It's just a little side. Anyway, so my suggestion to the mother was remove the TV, remove the screen time, get her on a strict schedule for bedtime,
Yeah.
and then see how it works.
I don't have a strict schedule.
You're 17.
Ow.
When you were
Yeah, I know. When we were little, yes, 8 o'clock. Yeah, I know.
Yes, exactly.
8 o'clock.
But see that, but this goes back to having structure and rules for the behavior of your children in your home. This is it.
right.
So,
So,
okay.
I had a little boy say
It
to
sounds
me.
like the same issue.
Yes. I had a little boy say to me yesterday, Mrs. Farr, I'm so tired. And I said, really? Why are you so tired? I went to bed late. What time did you go to bed? 9:30. I said, oh my goodness. What time did you go to sleep
I wouldn't go to bed
when
at
you
9:30.
lived in Texas?
I know, right?
And he said, 8 o'clock. Everybody goes to bed at 8 o'clock. And I said, what time did you wake up this morning? He said, 6 o'clock. And I'm so tired. I don't know why he had to be up at 6 o'clock when he doesn't have to be to school till 9:30. But his grandmother is keeping him while mom and dad are moving stuff from the U.S. And so she got him up at 6, but he didn't go to bed until an hour and a half after bedtime. So he was like, I just want to lay down. I need a nap. And this is a 5-year-old telling me, Mrs. Farr, I want to go take a nap because I'm tired. So that structure is really important. But also understanding that you shouldn't punish a child for something that's out of their control. So I had a mom say yesterday, oh, how's my son doing? And I said, he's doing great. He's working really hard. He's following the rules. He's listening when he has directions. And she's like, great. I told him that if he can read and write by June, that he will get a big birthday party in June. And I said, but he's only 5. Don't expect him to read. First of all, the child is lower than most because he's so young. But don't expect him to be able to do things his brain isn't ready for yet.
I've noticed here as well that expectations are just all over the place.
They have no realistic expectations of
so weird.
how a child works, like what their brain can do. Like even I was telling one of the other teachers what the mom said, because it kind of threw me like, wait a minute, no. She said, if he can't read, then he just gets a cake and no party.
What?
And I was like, no, don't do that to him. You should encourage him to try. You should give him all the tools, but don't expect that he's gonna read by the day he turns 6. Most kids don't get it until they're 7, 7.5, maybe 8. So quit punishing kids for something that's out of their control. And the other teacher was like, well, they can read if they want to read. And I looked at her and I said, are you serious right now?
You can fly if you believe.
That's exactly it. I'm like, that is not how it works.
Don't be listening to that negativity. Fly, jump off that roof. You can do it.
Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
Kids, under the age of 10.
I've seen it, and I was like,
Jump on your friend's back and go across the freeway.
You can do it. Don't you do that. Don't you spit out that nastiness on my equipment.
oh my gosh. Yeah, it's the whole punishing them for because their expectations are unrealistic.
I think it's a cultural issue.
No, I think
Here.
it's a human issue because
No,
I remember you.
no.
I used to get so frustrated with Keegan because Keegan would not put her dishes in the sink. Aaron would always pick up his things and put them in the sink, and Keegan never would. And we would always have to remind her, Keegan, please take your things to the kitchen and put them in the sink.
I did that like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to say, what are you talking about? She doesn't. She still.
Wait.
doesn't think it was
But then she was like 3, and I was getting frustrated. Like, why can't she do this? We tell her every time she eats, Keegan, go put your things in the sink. And you looked at me and you said, because she's 3. I said, but Aaron does it, and you said, but he's 5. Stop having unrealistic expectations.
I didn't.
What?
This was me.
It was you in the kitchen, because I was frustrated.
Twitter pated?
I was frustrated. Like, why can't she do this? Everybody else does it. Why can't she do this? And you're like, she's 3. Preschool teacher.
I know. Realistic expectations.
Yeah.
I don't. I think people want. They want.
They want to think their
They're
kid is
coming
special.
from a good place.
Right.
The problem is they don't realize that just what they're asking for is just
Unrealistic.
Extra.
Yeah.
It's just out there. And so just back up, people. It's not,
Chill out. Let him be a kid.
Work on them crayon skills. You know.
Work on tying their damn shoes.
Just basic stuff. Don't.
They need to learn to tie their shoes.
But don't put reading on. I mean, they'll get there. Everybody does if they stay in school. The people that I would say in most cultures that are not reading anything,
Right.
are usually people that have stopped school at some point. But if they just stay in school, they're going to be reading.
By third,
At some
4th
point.
grade, they should be, pretty good.
Well, they're gonna be doing it. It's just they don't need to do it when everybody else does it. That weird thing. It's like, no, that's not necessary. Remember, we're trying to have certain skills there. We're trying to have these skills by the time they graduate high school.
Right.
So basically, you've got 12 years plus to get all this stuff done.
Yep.
It's okay. I mean, some kids are not good at math. Some kids are not good at science. But can they get to be average by the time they get to 12th grade? If they can, we call that a success.
Right.
So back up. My thing is all messed up.
Did the
I
rubber
can
band
see it
help?
from here.
Oh, Jesus.
It's all like car crash over there.
I see it.
Should I fix it or leave it?
Leave it.
I think I should fix it.
Yeah. That looks like
Well, it doesn't really matter. This is the microphone I'm talking about.
that little black.
Excuse any craziness that happens from the microphone for a second. We need rubber bands.
I've looked for them. I don't
If
even know.
you can find the rubber bands for you see how it's still like all crazy long?
It's here. It's over. Like
No.
way down.
It's way down because the rubber bands ain't holding on. The rubber bands ain't pulling. Everybody anticipates that. If you want to follow the Traveling Farrs, you can follow us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, or the Google Podcast at the Traveling Farrs. If you like the Instagram or the Twitters, Traveling Farrs. If you like the email, travelingfars@gmail.com, and the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the blueberry. So I'm out of here. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
Peace.